吗？
好像有点机会呢，绕到后面来了 ，Rock 是带点燃的。 现在的话，看到晕在原地，想要直接硬换虎啸龙吟命中点燃，也给拍了个地板。赵信说：“我快到了 ，Rest 等我一下。”闪现过去补了个伤害，不过这时候直接长枪一捅，挺到对方的面前。还有东山的 TP， 东山降临，闪现踏步拿下首杀 ，First Blood very easy double kill mission。
没有特别在绑，但他的后续处理很好，他是直接用红怒打在 Rock 身上，断 Rock 的输出，然后拉开一个距离，因为 Rock 没有带闪现。 所以点燃套下去之后，他是直接把距离拉开之后，不会再吃到 Rock 的伤害，让他能够活下来。那哈娜这边这个究极吃一半，直接过来打这个 CD， 等到东山来，东山这里拿到双 B， 再拿一颗头，双 B 加2颗头回去这个中路直接坐牢。哇，
他这个量，我现在在考验学长给你的考验是不是？
哦，又来了吗？有 HKA 那个力赛版。
不过接着的话，现在变成学弟 TP 来了。 镜像位置，学弟能绑到人吗？钢铁勾射往前一踢，哈娜直接帮挡。最后的话，瑞士血量剩下100滴，在塔下遭到了击杀，空月飞进去，马上转手围攻。现在也是雷兹大获 double kill。然后接着的话，终于有下半部的镜头。
这里想打吗？这个难度很高哎。
都在哦，3打3团战。 一个插到屋地，反上的话直接顶起来，接着是亚菲利欧的留人把空月给顶回来，空月被留在了原地了。这被搭配的是一个赤焰月焰的扩散，
这个怎么觉得这只能打上啊？所以刚刚那个头送的就有点，
又是 MAD 连下，
怎么有屋地？
这里还是过来了哦，学弟来到了面前，不过没出大事，绑住，然后开大关起来，让上半部成功完成击杀。
哇 ，Rest 没忍住啊，那换屋底喽。
这屋底本来是来保护的，但现在
死了，应该是死了。
我怎么要变烤牛肉了？学弟扛塔，学弟你干嘛？前面是帮忙扛，他前面是帮扛。
一泽直接移肩啊，他从下路坐牢变到中路坐牢啊。哇，这一波其实已经是 Rest 的失误嘞，他这边已经是一个失误，然后冲过去，在位置不好的情况下被 Biven给留住，然后换掉，但屋底这里换到了一个 Biven 的 shutdown， 然后你看一泽这边他完全不敢出去，因为他不知道哈娜的位置，然后他如果在下路露头的话。 连勒布朗都会来抓他，所以他直接移肩到中路继续坐牢。
他以为自己拉出那个范围，就走回去。
那好，那勉强拿个预示者啦。但这个预示者拿完是直接已经掉一座守塔了，这个预示者赚不回来。
又打起来了。
学弟怎么了？
哇，学弟比赛的小 V 直接肥到出油。
学弟被闪现顶吗？
就这样。
我是纪律性不好哎，队友在吃预示者，他跑去吃冰啊！我还是可这个越 Rock 还敢吃这波冰，有点浮夸。
而且是4个人啊！
哇，这感觉挂了。这里
4夹，
大绝操作一下，
甩回去，在空中被顶下来，完全操作不了。
怎么都那么开心？
哦，又拿。
这里应该是可以拿了。
但有 TP 来了，有 TP 来了，2个 TP。 双 TP HK 的反击就此开始，
我扭掉了小 V， 交闪现直接往右打，
小 V 直接往右边的进攻，然后接着的话直接开车过来，小 V 现在是近战很强的2把刀，不过被关起来完全没有任何的办法。那这样的话 HK 瞬间是捞回了2颗人头。
哦，这里在追吗？
准备来第3颗 Mission 帮忙 cover 一下屋底，让牛走。不过牛的话感觉要原地要被阵法了。
屋顶应该是死了，那 Mission 应该是可以跑了，没什么问题，但。 这一波应该是看到 Rest 把 TP 往下
，Rest 开抖了，
抖起来，这个也不能越吧？这个鳄鱼有怀表，有
没有？他在吸仇恨值啊，他在那边抖说，要不要杀我？要不要杀我？
没有，现在换雷兹坐牢，你看他就不敢出去了。
哇，这场是坐牢局是不是？在 HKA 是一律封锁，
这个真的可以杀吗
？3人硬杀，开了个大招，直接踢出去，然后再接了一个惊人，但起来的话是 K 的守护，来自 MAD 的3人集结，终于是。 再度回到战场
啊！这个预示者要怎么打？拖到
又是你吗？
可以顶进去啊！
哇，Biven 被抓到了，这边的话直接交闪现硬跟，少了一个星月无双，尾端的枪头是捅死的 Biven，然后接着 K 过来，抱歉，只剩我一个人 ，Mission 的踏步轻轻松松，头也能把人给捅死啊！ 然后接着的话是哈娜还有空月的对决，我们2个都10等，我们2个都打野，但是我有队友，你没队友吗？给一个狙击，直接命中，再变了个手里剑 ，Biven 赶到救援学长 ，Rock 也在，永寒之霜没定到哈娜，但另外一边出事了 ，K 已经倒地，
再捅进去。
那现在 HK 准备要被赶到厕所里面了，
完啦，开始跑喽，草原大迁徙。
哇，现在 J-Team 就是肉食性动物，而 HKA 看起来非常的可爱。 可能就是草原上面的羚羊。
哦，这里还有吗？还有吗？哈娜，
这里狮子大口一爪。哎呦！ 这里往前，哈娜的进场被定在了原地，赶紧少了一个星月无双，再加上一个永恒之霜，也是留住了哈娜。不过后面的话 ，K 进场是直接爆开，
这什么伤害？
这就是小 V 的亚菲利欧往前冲过来，直接烟火爆炸。哦，空月这个角度是抓人还是通？但被2包了，被东山给抓到，
顶回来。
东山有惊人，所有人帮助老大哥，想要 QRQ， 我就是要东山死，但是东山没有死。这抖一抖，空月想说此怒不能忍啊！
这个要怎么守啊？牛现在有闪现哦，要去注意一下这个安全距离。
哦 ，MM Poke 往前直接硬插，再少了一个星月无双，又有大招了。哈娜这边还没有死亡，反而是 K 再度的倒地。这个精准弹幕没有伤害，然后亚菲利又来到了前面，直接变出了手里剑，影分身之术收下一个 Triple Kill。这里全部丢空，闪现的大地粉碎也逼出了一个闪现。
哇，这里在吃，
这里开了一个大招，原地 BM。这里 Biven 被 BM 了，
就知道要多刷点伤害。
哎，对，但是这场比赛人家是，哎呦，这里想踹人，但是被定下来了。那这样子的话，这一波操作也化为了乌有。真的是一大管，小 V 站到最前方，空了一个大招，
空了大绝。
不过接着的话是 Rock 呀 ，Rock 看到了一个大鳄鱼，又死在了鳄鱼的嘴里，一个 WQ 又是 Biven 直接顶到，那果然是一枪，雷兹直接不见。在温泉前方的话，小 V 这场比赛直接杀疯，
结束了 ，GG 啊，这把跟上一把的结束时间好像差不多，也是在24分、25分之间。
对，这场比赛 J Team 是来的无比轻松，而且这小 V 的血跟吸血鬼一样啊，这个血回的量是有够多，哇，一枪直接回快半血了。
买够怕啦！
不要再打了，不要这么残忍。Man 打得很努力，我刷掉到了东山了，但是还是要恭喜 J Team 拿下了这场系列赛。
今天的集合赛后采访，我是主持人 Rich， 现在有请台北 J 战队的中路选手 Mission。Hey guys, it's Rich here with me for today's post-match winner interview is none other than J Team's mid laner Mission. Mission, 你好。
你好。
So firstly, of course, congrats on the 3-1. Can you tell us how you're feeling right now? 首先就当然要恭喜台北 J 战队以3-1的成绩拿下今天本场比赛。那对于今天的战绩来说 ，Mission 选手可以跟我们分享一下你现在的感受吗？
今天原本觉得就是以目前的状态应该是可以3-0，但是我们前面因为可能比较紧张，然后输了第一把，所以现在觉得放心了，就是原本以为就是会输很惨，因为第一把不小心输掉。
So, before coming into today's match, actually our team thought that our condition was doing pretty good. We actually thought that we could take today's series 3-0. But after the series started, especially after we lost that game number 1, it did feel as if our team got more nervous and we got kind of a bit more scared that we were doing very badly for the series. So, of course, I have to ask you about the rest of that series because we also heard from the casters' side. They did mention that after looking at your games from today as well as last week, where you guys faced off versus Boom, in that series, you guys also lost the first game and then won the next 2. Today, you guys lost the first match and then won the next 3, just straight in a row to win the series. So the casters did mention that it seems as if J Team is that sort of team that takes a while to ramp up and that you guys don't usually do so well during the first game. So can you just tell us more about that? Do you feel that way? And just tell us more about how the team was feeling nervous after game 1 and how y'all brought it back. 接下来问题，那想谈一下，就关于你刚才说的，就是输了第一场之后的那些紧张的感受，就因为刚才 在主播台也有提到，就是台北这一战队可能是支慢热的队伍，毕竟就上周你们对上 Boom 的那一场也是输了第一把之后再让1追2，今天也是一样，第一把没能取胜，之后却连续赢了3场。就团队输了第一场之后的那些感受，可以分享一下吗？还有之后是怎么保存好、找回好状态的呢？
因为第一场的 ban pick 我们都是选择比较前期的，所以相对的这种前期的阵容我们就会打得比较激进一些。但因为觉得前面需要打得比较激进，所以我们有点太过于激进了，导致我们有一些东西就是没有做好。然后后面2、3、4场都是把 BP 调整成就是比较中后期的，那我们心情也会比较。就是可以选择比较慢慢玩，就是比较不会做过于急躁的事情。
So I think that a lot of it has to do with the picks and bans and the way that we chose our team composition in today's games. For example, during that game 1, the composition that we went for was a early game comp, and it was the type of comp where we had to make a lot of moves early on. We had to be very aggressive. However, I think that conversely, this made us feel worse. It made us feel like we had to be more aggressive, and so we kind of gave it more aggression than we actually had to. We made those mistakes. And it didn't quite work out for us in that game 1. However, in the following games, we picked more of a mid to late game scaling type of compositions, and that actually was able to set the team a lot more at ease. We were able to just take things more calm and then just play it out. So that worked out. The next question that I wanted to ask was, of course, we saw in that game number 1 that you guys dropped to HKA, that the team, especially Lil V over in the bot side, kept getting ganked when he was playing Syndra. So I want to ask just how much importance do you think it was that Lil V got focused so hard early on, and also how much of it has to do with the Syndra pick that maybe I'm not sure how much your team has been practicing lately. 那接下来问题就是想问，就是关于第一场你们在 BP 环节的时候就为小 V 选了那个辛朵拉，然后第2场在 BP 环节上你们就选了那个金克斯，就是很 carry 型的角色，就想问，就是第一场小 V 玩了那个辛朵拉 ADC 输了之后，就第2场的阵容是完全不一样，然后第一场也是 HKA 也是一直在针对了下路，对吧？然后你们输了那第一场的时候，你是觉得会就大概几%是关于你们的 BP 呢？还有那个辛朵拉在这版本，
因为第一场的 BP 如果让辛朵拉去打 AD 的话，那个就是没有后期的 AD， 那我们可能就会变得很前期，我们需要前期结束游戏，所以我们会变得很急躁。然后第2把我们就觉得，就是如果一直选这种前期的，我们可能会没有办法在前面结束游戏，所以我们就把辛朵拉放到中路，然后让 AD 选后期 carry 的，这样子我们会比较平衡一些。
还有星星最后句话了，打金克斯了。So he said that it doesn't have all too much to do with the Syndra going to Lil V. He said it's more so much where in the game and which lane the Syndra went to. So he said in that early game 1, the fact that they had Syndra as an AD carry meant that they didn't have a late game scaling ADC, and that meant that like as they played out the game and as they were falling behind, they started to get a bit more antsy because they knew that it was going to be hard for them to come back. Whereas in game number 2 or later on, when they were picking the Syndra, they just kind of were like, okay, we're going to send the Syndra over to the mid lane, and then we're going to pick a late game scaling hyper carry. So they felt that played it out better for the team. The next question I wanted to ask is to do with the tournament format from regular season to playoffs right now, because previously you guys were playing best of 1s. Right now you're playing best of 3s, best of 5s. I want to ask you a question about your opponents. Do you guys feel that in today's series going up against HKA. What's the difference going up against them in terms of best of one versus in such a long best of five? And what do you think are the good points about HKA that let them take that first victory? 那接下来问题就是想问给妹生选手，就是觉得 HKA 这支队伍跟他们今天交手下来，与在例行赛的时候遇到的时候有什么差别呢？还有是什么关键原因让他们取得今天第一场的胜利？是他们打得特别好吗？
因为例行赛的时候，我们有观察 HK， 他们的比较仰赖他们的打野空月的 carry 能力，所以我们的季后赛我们会选择把他比较 carry 的英雄 ban 掉，就像威尔哥跟冠，然后让他选比较辅助型的打野，这样子可能HK 的胜率就会变比较低。然后第一场的主要还是因为我们打得太急了，所以送了一些不必要送的，所以第一场他们赢了。
So he says that as to playing versus HKA, he thinks that the reason that HKA was able to win so many games during the regular season was because they relied very heavily on Kongyurt being their jungler, being able to carry a lot of games, especially in the earlier stages of the game. So they said that going up against them today, what they really focused on for J Team was just wanting to shut down those aggressive early game junglers that Kongyurt has in his champion pool, and that was how they played out the series. As to why HK managed to win that game number one, he said that it wasn't so much that HK played particularly well that game. It was really that J Team just played things a bit too rushed and made a lot of mistakes. So the last question that I have for you is tomorrow Biven Esports is going to play versus Machi, and then on Sunday you guys play the winner of that series. So which team do you think is going to win tomorrow? Also, which team would you rather play? 那最后一个问题想问给 Mission 选手，就是你个人认为明天 Biven Esports 对上 Machi 的比赛，比较希望是哪队取得胜利呢？
我比较希望 Machi 取得胜利，因为春季赛的时候，我们就是在BO5输给马吉，所以这次我们想要赢回来。
挑战。So he said that he definitely hopes that Machi will win tomorrow versus Biven Esports. Not necessarily that he thinks it's because Machi are the better team, but he says during the spring season, he remembers it very clearly. They lost to Machi in that best of series and got kicked out of the competition. So he wants revenge. He wants to see them on Sunday. Thank you so much, Mission, for today's interview, and of course, good luck on Sunday. 好的，非常感谢 Mission 选手接受今天的赛后采访，祝台北这张队后天加油！主播欢迎你们喽，
谢谢。